everybody, it's Jerrie from Missing Persons of America. Destiny Snyder, she's only 13 years old and she's missing. We're going to go over that case in just a sec. Destiny Snyder, she's 13 years old and she's missing from Pennsylvania. Now, she was last seen on Saturday, August 15th, she went missing anywhere between 2:30 and 8 a.m. the following morning from her home in Lower Paxon Township. Now, the police used tracking dogs and the tracking dogs got them over to Utah Avenue where there was a bench there, and that was the end of the scent. Now, that's what I'm picking up from media, although the parents are saying that was a dead end. I'm not clear if they're positive she was there on Utah Avenue or not, but they have searched that area. Most of this information that's coming out right now is coming from the parents themselves in their desperate search for Destiny. And I wanted to let you know some of that information that they've let out that might help track down Destiny. Now, there's some information that's out there on some pages on social media that I don't feel that should be information that should be let out. So I'm not going to tell you about that stuff, but I'm going to tell you other things that may help lead you to where she might be. All right. Now, there's some information that she might have traveled to Virginia or Texas, and so far, nothing has come from that. The last thing I saw was they thought for sure she would go to Virginia, but now they're not so sure about that. I guess anything they had or any leads didn't pan out. There was a few posts by the parents. Let me read you one now. It says about the concerns about possible suicide with Destiny. Now, this came out early because of something that happened to her, and they were thinking that maybe this might be going on in her mind, but now they're not so sure about that because in this post that I saw, it said that Destiny left a message and says, if you're reading this, that she was dead. Well, you don't ever want to read anything like that, especially... Oh my gosh, it gives me great concern, and that's why I want to get this information out to you so we can find her as soon as possible. Because if she's hurting right now, we want to reach out and help her and get her home so she can get the help that she needs. I would hate to think of any child out there thinking like this. It causes me to be very, very upset. So in this post that was put up, and I'm assuming it's from the mother, it says, I later found a survival knife missing and $400 cash. So now my child is considered not likely to self-harm. So she must have got that information from the police, I'm assuming. And now they're saying, well, if she took money and she took a knife, she probably wasn't going to hurt herself. And I don't know, that they've got a lot of experience on this, but it wouldn't make me feel any better if I had that information. So a search of Blue Mountain came up empty as she recently mentioned going to the woods. All right, now here's another post that came up from the parents. We are pleading with anyone who has security cameras to please review them to see if you can catch Destiny on the video camera. So anybody in that immediate area, please check. If you got a surveillance camera, please check it and see if you've seen Destiny walk by or if you've seen anything that looks suspicious, so you can contact the police and let them know. Now, goes on, it says, to be honest, we have heard very little from the police force at this time. Post the initial contact reporting our daughter missing, unless either my husband or I called in. We have struggled with being able to get a warrant to access social media accounts that we are unaware of. All right. This is a saddening part of a system that is telling us our daughter doesn't meet the criteria at the moment for an Amber Alert. Now, most of you know this, but those that do not, an Amber Alert, usually, it's different rules state to state, but usually you have to have spotted a car or you have to have spotted the child and they went with the person. That's usually the criteria, and we don't have either of those in this case. And it also, when the police decide that a teenager, a young child is run away, then a lot of times they're just kind of waiting for them to show up again. So they don't do a lot of the steps that would be normally done for an adult. And this is causing me concern too. Another reason why I want to get this out to you, to let you know that she's missing, because they might have it between the police force. They know she's out there, but maybe the local people in that town do not know it, and maybe the media hasn't posted it out there on the TV or where somebody could see it and be alerted that she's out there, and if they spotted her, to call the police. They might have even seen her at this point, but they don't know she's missing, all right? So the post goes on and says, as a mom, I'm pissed, sad, numb, and feeling helpless in finding my child. It came to my attention today that a lead was not followed up on. My husband and I had to follow up with a neighbor about his camera. A major lead that may have yielded a result, and a break in the case, if she did get in a car, left us at a dead end. This was the bloodhound, the area the bloodhound lost her scent despite camera coverage produced no evidence that our daughter was there or a vehicle stopped at that area during the time she went missing. All right. We're now back to square one. All right. It's, now this is the part that's sensitive, but I think I'm just going to read you a little bit of it. We are concerned about our daughter's mental health. She has had some trauma over the last few years and have been struggling to deal. With that, we said we can't safely say that our child willingly went, as there's no evidence of my daughter now being anywhere where we thought for sure she might be. We have, we have no idea if she's on foot or if someone had actually snatched her. That's a big question mark. We don't know at this point. We have met with dead ends, and yes, we have seen them all sent to us, and those who called, and so far all results were false. It's people trying to help, but they think they might have seen her, and they send those out there, and they go off on these leads, and then they don't pan out. So it's extremely frustrating, I'm sure. We appreciate the care, but are trying to keep our phones open as much as possible in case Destiny may get access to a phone and reach out to us. So if you have any information, although you feel compelled to reach out to the parents, I suggest that you get a hold of the police and let them go through it and see what is a viable tip and what is not. There's also a Facebook page you can go to, and you can find it by going to Missing Persons of America blog, and there will be a link there, and you can go to that Facebook page and see if there are any other leads there or any other information you want to read up on concerning this case. And they also said, for those of you who are parents, please take a moment to imagine the letdowns and false hopes every time you have the weirdest claims made, or people being so insensitive and quick to judge. Our hearts are simply breaking at the moment, and what we are doing or what we are going through, we wouldn't wish on anyone, and I certainly wouldn't either. All right, now Destiny is 5'2", 110 pounds. She has long brown hair. Please take a look at her pictures. Put it on your phone. If you're in the area and you're driving around and you see somebody you feel that might be her, just whip out your phone, take a look at that picture and compare it. And if you see somebody you think is her, take your phone and take a picture of her. If she's walking across the street or something, then you have something there so the police and the parents can look at it to see if it is Destiny, all right? And let me give you the phone number. If you see her, please call the Paxton Police at Dauphin County Dispatch and call this number, 717-558-6900. All right. Thank you, everybody. See you soon.